Can you hear me? Tasco bus. Salam alaikum. أنا بتكلم عربي شوية. But the language of the Sudanese people is really love.
Thank you.
I have 5 minutes or less to share with you a short love story. In 2007, on my way to work, I saw a sign. It said, "A call to your conscience, save Darfur." I am so thankful for those two beautiful women that were holding that sign, Raz and Lynn. It really changed my life. I answered that call, and 2 years later, I was flying across the world with an organization called Sudan Sunrise to help build a school in Minute Bulls village in Tourale. The project was for peace and reconciliation because al-Bashir had run a campaign of divide and conquer. And Minute wanted to reconcile and stand in solidarity with the Darfurians, and he invited them to help build the school so that their children could also come and learn alongside his family and his children. As fate would have it, on that very first day that I was in Sudan, I met a young, handsome student from the University of Juba. Sorry. That was on January 3rd, 2009. Our filmmaker, Matthew Cohn, has a short clip of that first introduction, but our eyes had already met. And then Rضوان, he traveled with us to help us start building that school in Tourale. He even stayed behind when our group left and remained there in the village, building relationships with Minute. I returned to Sudan in June, and we officially opened and dedicated the Minute Bull Primary School in Tourale. On the last day of my visit there, Rضوان asked me to marry him. We had a wedding. We had a by-proxy wedding on Valentine's Day, and then he came to the United States at the end of 2010, and we were married. He went to school, but he also spent his summers traveling to Sudan. I remember on July 3rd, 2012, I received a call that he had been arbitrarily arrested and beaten unconscious for doing what they are doing now in Sudan, for peacefully protesting against the atrocities and the genocides committed by the government. I was 7 months pregnant with our daughter, and he was facing up to 20 years in prison, or even the death penalty. After 40 days, he was finally acquitted of all fabricated charges, and he made it home just 12 days before our beautiful daughter, Sudan Niyala Rضوان Dawood, was born. Thank you. She is the pride and joy of her parents. And as deeply as Rضوان loves both of us, the situation in Sudan haunted him, and he could not escape his moral obligation or his duty to go and make change in Sudan so that it would be a country that we would both be proud of raising our daughter in. In early 2017, he returned to live in Sudan as a political and human rights activist with our full support and our plans to join him as soon as we can. On January 16th of this year, just 1 month ago, Rضوان was arrested and beaten in the Arabic market, again for peacefully protesting in Sudan. In previous protests, he had witnessed people being shot, and beaten and arrested. Tear gas filling the streets. On February 2nd, he was able to make a call to his father in Sudan, and he told him to tell me not to worry, that he was fine. There are more than 200 others that are with him, and another 800 close by. And of course, we know this is just in Shendi Station. There are thousands and thousands of others in other prisons across Sudan and in ghost houses. The State Department is aggressively pursuing access to Rضوان, and his safety is a top priority. We continue to stand in solidarity with all of the protesters, the detainees, the journalists, the doctors, the other professionals in Sudan that are trying to make real change in Sudan. We call on all countries to stop supporting the morally bankrupt regime that is about to end. But my love story today is about my love for the people of Sudan. For the beauty of Sudan is its people. Their aggressive hospitality, their unmatched generosity, their fierce fortitude, which is evident by all of you that have showed up here today. They have loved us and treated us as family, and each time Rضوان has been taken from us, we are never alone because you are always there supporting us. I have true brothers and sisters all over the world, and right now more than ever, we are more united to force al-Bashir to step down so that we can bring real democracy to Sudan. Al-Bashir to ICC. The whole world will benefit from a free and democratic Sudan. Hurriya, salam wa adala. Wa darak ya Rashab.
حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة خيار الشعب. حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة خيار الشعب. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.